All right, let's talk about the cons of RTI, subscribers requests. First con I'm going to talk about, and the biggest con to me, is communication. Um, there's times where you could tell your dispatcher something, or you could tell 24/7 something, man, and it's like the message does not get relayed to the necessary individuals, and you have to explain yourself over and over and over again. And you may talk 24/7. Okay, look, I had a breakdown. I ain't gonna be able to get to the load on time at 8 in the morning. All right, man, we'll document it. We'll be sure to tell your dispatcher when he come in the morning. You're like, all right, cool. You think everything handled? Nah, your dispatcher will call you in the morning. Hey, man, what's going on? So you ain't moved to deliver the load. You realize he haven't heard what's going on. I didn't get any emails. I didn't get anything. And there's like a complete lack of communication in regards to certain things within this company. Even like one time someone hit me, had to file an accident report. I had to talk to my dispatcher, explain it to him what I was going to slow me down. Spoke to safety, had to speak to breakdown. And there was one other individual, I just don't remember who it was. But it was so frustrating that I had to tell the same story over and over and over. And it's like the guys within the company, if they're not in the same department, they don't even speak to each other. It's ridiculous to me. We'll move on to, number two. You'll move to number two. The miles are inconsistent. Like, they tell you they got good miles, all those good things, man. You'll get stuck out here with RTI sometimes, man. I haven't been an OTR driver for them for a little bit of time because I switched to a dedicated account. But when I was OTR, I stopped doing OTR in probably October of last year. But when I was OTR, man, the miles are very inconsistent sometimes. You end up pulling heavy freight that you don't want to do in the areas you don't want to go, and it kind of gets frustrating. You're sitting around waiting on a load, and they put you in a bad area. They put you in a bad spot. And they'll have you sit around and wait on the load and just crush your income in a sense sometimes, when they can just get you a brokered load, because they will get you a brokered load when it's convenient for them. But when it's convenient for you, nah, you got to sit around and wait on some type of contract freight. It's the issue I have as well. Let's move on to number three, fuel discount. 9-cent discount at the Loves, 12-cent discount at the Pilot Flying J. Now, they prefer for you to fuel at the Pilot Flying J since that's the bigger discount of the two. There was a time where I fueled at the Loves. I kept fueling at the Loves. I guess they had a problem with that. You know what they did? Blocked my card from me going to Loves. I had to go to Pilot Flying J. I called in like, what's going on, man? I've been going to Loves. Like, I can't fuel the Loves. The guy on the phone tells me, oh yeah, man, we never fueled at Loves. I fueled at only Loves for like 3 months straight, man, before that. Because I liked the reward program. The 3 cent wasn't that big of a deal for me. I just preferred the reward program, the store, the showers over Pilot Flying J. But they kind of blocked my card until I started dealing with Pilot Flying J again. So that was kind of weak. But the discount, it sucks as well. I'll speak about, how to get some better discounts in another video. Number four, cheap with the maintenance, man. Like, I remember I had a couple blowouts. Now, look, I'm LP, LP. So I'm doing my lease purchase, and I'm thinking, all right, I got the money in my maintenance account. Shit, I just want to get a couple tires because my 2 tires went bad. Because I was getting a PM done at the Loves. 2 tires that went bad. And when we changed them, RTI did, they didn't give me new tires. They didn't give me the tires I wanted. They decided to give me retreads. Even though it's my bread. That's where they get you, though. Usually, it ain't really your money, man. Until you own the truck, it ain't your money. But I ain't like that. I wasn't a fan of that. They were very cheap. There was another time I needed some new batteries for my truck. But at this point, I had paid my truck off. But they didn't. I just had a voluntary maintenance account. But the guy, I guess he just didn't think about that. So I'm getting some new batteries. He's like, yeah, man, we get the batteries. Make sure you tell them to give you the cheaper batteries. You don't want to get the expensive ones. Even though the ones that cost a little more, they got more voltage. They're better for you overall. Like, they're going to work better long term. It had a better warranty as well. But they wanted to go the cheap route. They didn't care for the route, though. Even though it was the money in my maintenance account, and it was my voluntary. So I was gonna spend whatever I wanted to spend. They couldn't stop me because it was voluntary at that point because I was an owner out. But still, if I wasn't, they would have went the cheap route. I didn't like that. That was another way I really wasn't rocking with it. Another one is, they say it's an open door policy here. That is a lie. I'll tell you a story real fast. I was, of course, the least purchase on dedicated account. I was getting it for doing TJ Maxx, $1.40 plus a 15-cent safety bonus. So $1.55 plus fuel surcharge. All right, that's what least purchase drivers got on that account. But it said owner operators would get paid 70%. Once I became an owner operator, I never got my 70%. That's part of why I quit as quick as I did as well. Got tired of that. Never got my 70%. So I'm like, okay, talk to my dispatcher. He don't know nothing. Cool. So I talked to payroll. They don't really know nothing. They gave me a number of a lady I can call that's over the entire account. I call her. Guess what she does? Doesn't pick up my phone call. I left a voicemail. She called my dispatcher probably 10 minutes later, man, because he called me speaking about my pay. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, man. I just know you're not eligible for it. I'm like, what you mean I'm not eligible for it? She didn't really tell me too much. All I could really say is you're not eligible for it. That's all I really got. So not only did she not call me back, which she was supposed to do, RTI, I swear you could talk to anybody at the company up to the owner. She ain't called me back. That was 2 months later, man. I quit about 2 months after that. But she never called me back. Never attempted to call me back. Then when she sent my dispatcher back to me, he didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. So that was my problem right there. You know, the fact that she could call him and tell him whatever she had to tell him, but couldn't even pick up the phone to give me a 5-minute convo, told me all I needed to know. You know, the open door policy is a lie. All right, so that's just some quick negatives on RTI. I'll make something about some pros too, but those are some of the negatives in my opinion. So, Pino, check it out. Bam.